Captain's Log. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you. You made it to Friday. You are only as good as the last thing you have made. That is what they say. I don't remember who specifically created that quote, but ooh, if that were to be held onto Captain's Log, then I should be kicked off from hosting this show. Is host the right word? Host. It's not really. I host How Riddler's Riddler. I present the audience with the review, but this... I don't know. This is really more of just like I should be kicked off from being the guy who doesn't shut up for 20 minutes. The guy you listen to for once a week should be kicked off. I digress. How was my week? It was alright. I got some work done on the animation. I finally got around to, as you'll see when this goes up, editing some bread videos I've had in the backlog for a couple of months. Played Buckshot Roulette so long ago. I also played, I've yet to edit it, but me and Jason did like an entire playthrough of A Way Out, and I've only uploaded one video of that, like 2 months ago. He's already halfway through the series, uploading and editing. I'm not even doing, like, thumbnails for that. I did a thumbnail for, like, today's thing, but I don't know, A Way Out, it's... I'll just be honest, I don't want to put the effort into doing a thumbnail for that game. It's not a great game. It was a game Jason and I took the piss out of, frankly, is why it was enjoyable. If it was a solo experience, I would have been annoyed and bored. But that's the good thing about bad games. If they're with others, they're fun. If they are alone, they're really only fun to record yourself and take the piss out of online. But way too much effort to do that for how, like, mediocre the game was. It doesn't warrant that response. So I'll just not put the effort into doing the thumbnail, and I'll put way too much effort into doing the edits. As opposed to my regular stick of detailed thumbnail I use for the entire series, and then barely editing the series. Well, on the topic of editing, I learned my lesson, and oh dear, I almost dropped the glass while reaching behind me. I relaxed, and I almost dropped... Okay, well, moving on. On the topic of editing, I did want to talk about my video essay I made. Wow! If you didn't know, I made a video essay talking about a show I enjoy. From. Should you watch From? I think you should, but I provided an argument for why you should. I enjoyed making that. It's not the first video essay I've made. Some people have classified How Riddler's Riddler as video essays, and I do find that hard to disagree with. It's not a as you think of video essay. I mean, it's like 3 to 5 minutes long, bi-weekly, and really more of a review than a video essay, but it can be seen like that, I guess. I also did, several years ago, a Why Riddler, or the title is Riddle Me This, Who is Batman's Nemesis? With Calendar Man from Batman Brave and the Bold as the thumbnail. And that was about 3 to 4 minutes. And it was just me making my case on how Riddler is actually Batman's true nemesis. And it's not my best work. Especially with the microphone. Oh me, oh my. Editing-wise, it's alright. The video quality is a little iffy, I'll admit. I also don't think there's any music, but it's not that long, so if there's no background music, whatever. I don't know if I would ever do a up to standards remake. I prefer kind of recommendation type analysis of what I did with Should You Watch From. I certainly would like to do other shows. Gotham is certainly one, but an interesting show. I could definitely... But the thing is, I want to do, like, a Should You Watch Gotham? And then I want to do, like, a crazy in-depth dive into Gotham as a show. However, that's just a bad, like, just a retrospective on the actual show. But I don't know. I could have it be... Because of how I did the third part of the Should You Watch From, it was the good, the bad, spoiler warning, stop watching, and then I talked about spoilers in the show. I talked about the mysteries. But there's no mysteries in Gotham. And if I really wanted to do that, it would be like the good, the bad, stop watching, and then like half an hour of me talking about Penguin and Riddler. And that stupid finale they did. Boy, I could probably do half an hour on the finale. This is why, like... I don't know. I don't even know what I don't know what I would call it. It's not really an analysis. A review? I will do a Should You Watch Gotham. Rest assured. And I certainly want to do a deep dive into the show as a whole. But a retrospective is not the right term. I don't know what I would call it. And also, just for fun, because of how I would call it, I like having it be a question that I answer in, like, the first second of the show. I find that funny. Something I want to keep up. I also have, two other video essays. One was only, like, 2 minutes long. It was about Star Wars. And another was about, like, a Donkey Kong TV show from the 2000s that I wanted to do. But that was, like, a weird theory. And that was not that great. I should change the script for that, truth be told. But I'll work on that. I'm just not sure which one to work on. I'll probably work on the Should You Watch Gotham. And I don't think there will be a spoiler warning. Because I would want it... I'll say that at, like, after the good and the bad. Now, last time I did a spoiler warning where I could dive into the show, but there is so much of this show that I want to talk about that I'm going to make it its entirely own video. And maybe, like, when I finish the first video and the second video, I'll make them into one video. But that will be weird. Yeah, no, because, like, Gotham fans would just want the video. Like, the big video. Why have the Should You Watch video? No, never mind, I wouldn't combine them. It'd be like, Should You Watch? And then, What's Wrong with Gotham? That's a good title. What's Wrong with Gotham? The writing. Easy. It's the writing, it's the... Not the acting, I gotta say. The acting was never bad. But, oh, that writing. And Season 5. The writing and Season 5. And the finale. And the premise. And the first season. And Barbara Gordon. Not Barbara Gordon. No, it was Barbara Gordon, kind of. And Jerome. Well, Jerome was alright. This is why I want to talk about it, so yeah. However, the thing is, I worked on that From video for a while longer than I thought I would, so I don't want to get, like, the Should You Watch video out and have it be, like, 10 minutes, and then be like, alright, stay tuned for this one. Don't touch that dial, it'll be out before a while. By Captain Vile. And and then be like 5 months later and it's 40 minutes long. And people have been, I mean, people will probably enjoy that. I don't really know. I don't know if the, like, Captain Vile fans and video essay fans overlap. I enjoy video essays. I watch them a lot, or kind of listen to them while I draw thumbnails and animate. So, I enjoy, like, those. But I don't know if other people would. I enjoy making them. I enjoyed that. I will say I did not enjoy looking for specific clips of From to use. However, a shortcut I can use is, if I don't want to find a specific clip, I'll recreate that clip using Dave clips. People did comment on me using Dave as an avatar, and if you want to know why I did that, I mean, it's better than doing like a PNG tuber thing. I would have thought that would be weird. So I just use Dave. Another villain I quite enjoy, but I've never talked about it. I've purposely avoided discussing that fixation up until I made a video essay featuring him as, like, my avatar. But yeah, no, I just enjoyed... I like Penguin of Madagascar movie. I saw the show as a kid. I thought it was alright. But no, Dave was really the best part of it. He's an amazing villain. This is just... People also wanted me to do like a... So, why Dave, Captain, huh? I enjoyed him as a villain. He's a compelling villain. He's an effective villain. He's an entertaining villain. He's a relatable villain. And is fun to watch. And he's surprisingly versatile with clips. He's only in like 14 minutes of the movie. But I'd go watch the From thing. I pulled a bunch of clips I didn't think I'd be able to use while talking. There's one where he like goes into a jar while I'm talking about hiding in enclosed spaces. I was like looking through. I was like, oh, that's a good spot. I think it's better to use images than clips. I did have to slow down and then speed up some clips to get with the timing, which I was fine doing that, enjoyed it, but I can see that being difficult for larger projects. And there were certainly images I just enjoyed using more, like that one with him and the microphone on the submarine in the finale. It was like, it wasn't easy, but I wanted to ensure the penguins get what they deserve. That's not exactly the quote, but I know it is it wasn't easy. Hell, I can pull it up right now. I'm not going to get distracted. I really want to, though, just to see if I was right, because I have, surprise, surprise, I got the entire movie on my hard drive. And specifically, another folder of just scenes of Dave. But no, I won't. I will have restraint and not go look up scenes of Dave. Anything else I want to talk about? This is an uncharacteristically short segment, or like Captain's log. But in truth, I just didn't have that much to talk about. I can talk about the Golden God animation. I'm making some headway on that. I'll work on that after recording this, but I mean, anything I want to say on that would be spoiling what happens in it, and I can just say it during the Captain's commentary a week after I upload it. However, a week after I upload it is going to be like 4 months and a week from now. Like, I've made some headway, but there's still some way to go before I'm done. But I'm enjoying it. I don't think I've spoken about this, but there's a new channel character being introduced in it. But that's all I'll say. Perhaps that's... I think I've said too much already now, actually. Yeah, no. I'm never going to mention that again, that aspect again, until it's out. Only the most devoted violence will know of what's coming soon. Soon. Yeah, whatever. But I've enjoyed it. I do want to talk about technical stuff, but I do that I've been working on it for so long, and there's so many aspects of the animation I want to talk about, but I can't talk about it until it's done. But I'm not done. I'm closing in on halfway, I would say. I am just finishing. It swaps, flip-flops, as I was going to say. It swaps between two sections. I'll categorize it as section conversation, section story. I've finished section conversation 1, and I'm about to finish story 1, then conversation 2, and then story 2, and then conversation 1, or no, like 3. And story 3 is going to be long, and then there's like conversation 3 or 4. I've lost track, but whatever, that's going to be story 3 and conversation 4 are going to be the longest. So I do think I am closing in on... I'm certainly over a quarter way. I think I'm closing in on a third. Possibly. Maybe when I'm done, I will have... No. I guess the conversations go faster. As soon as I finish part of the story, I can finish part of the conversation. Or the last part. Not the last part. As soon as I finish the first part of the story, I can finish the second part of the conversation, because the conversation doesn't have too much movement. But the story really does. Well, kind of. You'll see. Oh well. Much better from the last show. Discussing video essays and animations. Oh well, we should get back to discussing my week, but as I said, not too much happened in it. Oh well. Thank you for watching, and a good while.
Stay tuned to Gotham FM.